Hello, friends. It's Jeff Murdock again. We are just a few days out from Southwest ACDA 2024. I'm so excited about all of the amazing things that we have to share over the last few days at these 3:30 time slots. We've spoken to our gospel honor choir folks and our contemporary a cappella folks. We talked to our college immersion day, which is going to be super exciting. One of the biggest things that happens at our regional conferences is our honor choirs. And so I have three of our four graded honor choir clinicians here with us. I have Dr. Amon Eady, and I have Mary Biddlecombe and Tammy Carney here with us. And they're going to talk to us a little bit about what they do, why they do it, why they love doing it, and a little bit about SWACDA. Before we get into that, though, I just want to remind everybody that there is still time to register for Southwest ACDA. You can do so at swacda.org. We start next Tuesday with our big concert with the DU Chorus and Orchestra performing Vaughan Williams' Dona Nobis Pacem. It's going to be really cool. And the University of the West Indies will be there. It's just going to be a really neat concert to open our event. So there's still time. Please go register. So I've got my friends here, and they're all doing one of the graded honor choirs. And so, can we just go around the room and tell us which choir you're conducting, and then I'll ask you some questions. So why don't we start with Amon?
I'm conducting the 7th through 9th grade tenor bass choir.
And Tammy?
I'm conducting the 7 through 9 treble choir.
And Mary?
And I'm the 4 through 6 treble choir.
Yes, very exciting. Listen, tell us about, and don't everybody jump in at once, but tell us about why did you become a choral conductor? Why is it that you do what you do? And what do you love most about it? So you can choose one of those and go for it. Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm a Mississippi girl, raised in Mississippi. Yay, you have the comment. And I started in church. So it was church music that really brought me to this world of choir, and so that would be the way I started, and been teaching for about 30 years. So primarily middle school for several years, for about 18 years, and then I recently moved to high school. So been teaching high school for the last couple of years, but that's it.
How are you loving it at you're at Long Beach, right?
I am. I love it. I actually started at Long Beach. My very first job was a kindergarten 5 job, elementary music. And so it's just full circle. So I came back here, and it's beautiful. It's, Mississippi Gulf Coast. And
yep.
It's really, 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 really fun. But I've enjoyed it. So it's my first year here, and it's been good. Yeah.
That's cool. I love the Gulf Coast. So I grew up in Biloxi, and we used to hate when Long Beach would show up because we knew that they were going to blow everybody out of the water in the competition.
Yeah. It's a strong program. We're a great community. So awesome. Great arts community. Yeah.
That's so cool. So
That's
cool.
So fun.
Mary, tell us about what you do and why you love doing it.
Oh gosh. Okay. So I think it seems like a thing, but I started out in church choir. My dad was the church choir director, and he wouldn't let me sing in choir until I was 7 years old. That was when it was. That was the timeline. So when I was 7 years old on my 7th birthday, that was when I got to go sing in the choir. And that was the greatest day I ever could have imagined, was that I finally got to go and do this. But I was brought up in the Syracuse Children's Chorus. So that was where I kind of got my start, and I get to do that. I get to work with kids all the time. And I honestly, I didn't know that was something that somebody could do as a profession until one day my high school chorus teacher was like, you could go to college and learn how to do this. And I was like, what? And so it was basically like, I didn't even know that people got paid to do this when I was a kid. And somebody was like, no, really, you can go to college and you can go teach people how to do music. And I was like, wow, that's what I'm doing. And I'm just so lucky that this is something that I get to do with my life, and I get to be around these wonderful students. I'm just so excited for next week. I can't describe it.
Me too.
Yes. I love it. Isn't it cool to be able to get paid to do the thing that you love, right?
I'm so lucky. I can't believe we get to do this. I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
And then you go do an honor choir, and it's like, I get to do more of this, and I get to do it at a high level, and then all these kids like are here, and then I get paid to do that too. It's like, what? Like
It's not
nuts.
even fair.
I'm so excited because this is my first time at a regional event. So I'm a little nervous, but super excited. But so excited. I've done state level, but I haven't been to a regional yet. So I'm super excited about that.
Well, we are so excited to have you.
Thanks.
Amon, Eady, what you got?
Okay, I also grew up in singing in the church. So my dad was the church music guy. He was my band teacher. So there wasn't much of a choir at school, and mom was the theater teacher. So singing was like for church and mom's plays. And but I do think that singing was my first love as I was growing up. And when I went to college to be a band director, and they hired a new choir guy my second year there, and I met Jeff singing in the choir, and I was sort of just reintroduced to my first love, I think, of singing, or just realized that it was my first love. And I went ahead and finished that degree and stayed and got a choir one. And then I taught public school in Memphis for 10 years. And then, and now I teach at the collegiate level, and I love it because, it's just like a full circle. Now I'm teaching people who are coming to that realization, like I did when I got to college, that this could be like a career, and watching them make it into a career and making music with them too as adults, super cool. And so, yep, the singing was my first love, and being a choral conductor brought me back to that, and I'm super excited about next week.
Nice. I feel like since we all have church backgrounds, we need to break forth in a hymn sing or something.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, listen, and as people are watching, if you're joining in, if you have questions for any of these clinicians at any point in time, feel free to ask them. So what are you most excited about for next week, or what can our kids expect? So we've got kids from all over the region. Every state from our region except one is represented. And so you've got kids from Arkansas, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri. And so they are super stoked. I met a lot of these kids actually a couple weeks ago at TMEA, and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm singing in one of the SWACDA honor choirs. So they are super stoked. So what can they expect being a part of your groups? And you can just fire off whenever you're ready.
I just want them to have just a wonderful experience and make friends, and just enjoy every rehearsal, and have an opportunity to just learn some new music, obviously, and learn something new about their voice possibly, and just have a great time. I want them to have fun and enjoy it.
It's really cool in these honor choir situations, because like a lot of these kids come from their programs, and you know how it is. We've all done public school stuff. And so there's always like the kids that are in the choir because they want to be there. And then you have the other kids that don't maybe work as hard because they didn't really want to be there, but maybe they needed an elective or whatever. And so the honor choir experience gives these kids an opportunity to be with other folks, like with their tribe, so to speak, right? Like other people who love music and who love choir as much as they do, and they can geek out and nerd out and all the things and sing. And it's like this incredible experience. So I think that is, that's a meaningful thing for me. That's one of the things that I always take away when I'm conducting an honor choir. Like the kids are just like, oh my God, like I it's so good to be with other people who like to do this as much as me, and I think that's really cool.
I was going to say something very similar. I just want them to, I know that honor choir or honor band or whatever experience it was, for some people can propel them all the way through middle school and high school, and they're still drawing on the inspiration of an experience like that. I know it was like that for me. I have colleagues here who teach in other areas who remember Andre Thomas as their honor choir director in 1989 or whatever, and it's just, I want them to know that I'm just like them, like the stuff we were sharing earlier. I'm just like them. That's what I want the tenor bass participants to realize, is that they're conductors just like them, just as excited to be there and appreciative of the opportunity and wanting to make the most of it, and for them to feel warm and welcome and excited.
That's great.
I love that I get to work with our youngest musicians, these 4th through 6th graders. I mean, what an opportunity to be able to make music with these youngest humans that we're bringing to these opportunities that I just hope is the foundation on which we can build from year to year to year, that they get to come back and have it be, even better than the year before and better than the experience before, but still have it be something that they'll never forget. I think about opportunities like this that I had as a kid, or that my students have I'm at Southern Division right now because that's just the way we roll. But you you make this work, and I just think about my students who are in the honor choirs right now, and they're just floored and overwhelmed by the experiences that they're having right now. And they're running up to me and telling me about that. And I am just so excited to bring that excitement to our youngest singers in SWACDA. I can't describe to you how exciting it is to be able to be with those people. They're the beginning. They're the foundation from which we all get to build things on. And I'm just so privileged to be able to work with those young people.
Yeah.
It's good.
Up here in Michigan, I don't know about I know other regions are the same and different, but COVID hit the choral programs up here so hard. And these kind of events feel like the kinds of things that propel an area and a region, as these students come to us and have this experience and then go back to their schools and maybe their teachers come with them. These are the kind of events I think that propel an area or community or region forward and out of the muck of what we were dealing with just a few years ago.
Yeah. It's absolutely incredible, the power of music and the way in which it changes lives and people and all of the things. And so I'm just so excited. I get to watch you guys work and watch you do your things. There'll be folks in and out of your rehearsals. And when we were planning for Denver, I was like, I want the best folks possible to do this, to do these honor choirs. And I've watched all of you work. And if I haven't watched you work, I've heard wonderful things about your work, and or I've seen recordings of your work. And so I'm just excited about the experiences that our kids are going to get to have with the three of you and with Jabarie Glass. It's just going to be amazing. Do y'all have anything else that you want to add? I just wanted to introduce you to the people and let them see your faces and how excited you were. But if you have anything else, any words of wisdom or.
I don't know if it's words of wisdom, but I cannot wait to meet all of you and meet a whole new group of people, because I haven't been to that area. So I'm so excited about getting to meet new colleagues and new people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from new states that I've never been to or experienced, I've never been to some of these places. And I want to know what these students' experiences are like. I'm so excited to just talk to some of them and be like, what is it like to sing in Texas? What is it like to be in Missouri? I don't know the answer to those questions. I've
never been to Denver. Yeah. I've never been to Denver.
Yeah. I've never been there before. I'm just, this is, I feel like I've got the young people that are coming, but sometimes I feel like I'm just as giddy as they are because, they're going to be coming to this new experience, but it's that for me too. And I just, words of advice, words of wisdom. I don't know. I think it's more, I'm just excited to experience it with them and be able to be a part of it with them. And I couldn't be more excited about it.
Nice. And it's not going to be super cold. The weather looks pretty nice next week, so we don't have to trudge up the hill in the snow next week.
Yeah.
But one never knows, right? When things might happen. So, Tammy, where did you do your undergrad?
Ole Miss, University of Mississippi.
Okay.
The
80s. Gotcha.
My master's at Southern at USM.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I realized that. So Amon and I are both Southern Miss folks now, but then he and Mary, we let Florida State people in from time to time. We let them.
Oh yeah.
We let them come hang out with us sometimes. So.
There's some pretty good friends from Florida State. I've got some good buddies there.
Nice.
Good folks.
Well, thank y'all so much for doing this today and for chatting with us. And we look forward to seeing y'all in Denver, Colorado, just next week. Again, if you haven't registered, there's still time to register. Go to SWACDA.org, and we will happily welcome you there. So thanks again. Thanks to our clinicians, and we're looking forward to have a limitless experience next week.
Cool.
Yay.
Woohoo.